generation together we will grow. Grab your coffee, take your seat. There's so much to discover. Welcome to the kingdom where we lift up one another.
Good morning. Happy Saturday morning and welcome to Saturday Morning Scoop with Lady Rowe. Oh my goodness. Thank God for another day. Kind of woke up with a headache this morning. I don't know where it came from, but we're going to keep moving anyway because today I'm going to celebrate my youngest grandson's second birthday. And I'm excited. I blew him up some balloons last night and I got to put his balloon bouquet together so I can take it to the party, honey, because we're going to party at 2 o'clock today for my big boy, Big E. Because today's not his birthday, but his birthday is in a few days. So got to get ready for that. Good morning, living from me. Yes, please hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Please do those things. Let's get into the show. Lady Rowe disclaimer, all things are leisure in my opinion, and they're all for entertainment purposes. Don't go out your way to dislike nobody that we talk about today. Please like, please comment. I love a healthy dialogue in the comment section. Please share, please subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you'll know next time I'm live. Please and thank you. Good morning, all in unity. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Fair use disclaimer, some material used in this video is used under the U.S. Copyright Fair Use Act, Section 107, for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. We're not going to be down here long. I'm going to get that out real fast. We're not going to be down here real long, but I got some things that I saw in the news that I want us to discuss. And I think they're worth talking about. One thing I want to talk about is I brought to you guys earlier a few weeks ago about a young lady who she was a surrogate. She lived in Alaska. The surrogate the parents of the baby lived in California. She, in fact, found out when she was 20 weeks pregnant with the baby that the baby had a congenital heart defect. That meant immediately or as soon as the baby was born, he or she would have to have surgery, heart surgery. And they notified the family. Everything had been going well up until then. I really want to put things in perspective because I saw a lot of comments yesterday. Oh, she wasn't fit to be surrogate. She had too many ties to the baby. But if you are 5 weeks, good morning, Central. If you're 5 weeks pregnant, you're essentially 20 weeks pregnant. You're essentially 5 months pregnant. 40 weeks is what it takes to incubate a baby. And 40 weeks is what we consider. If you do 4 weeks in every month, you're really pregnant 10 months or 9 months and 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But 20 weeks is essentially 5 full months. And I think it's insane. Hello, thanks for watching from Istanbul, Turkey. Come on now, Turkey. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Murat. I'm not going to try to pronounce the rest of your name because I know I will mess it up, but welcome into the live. I appreciate you watching. Everybody speaking to each other. So you heard the story. Yes. So essentially she was 5 months pregnant. So at 5 months, the baby is pretty much fully developed. You just have to wait on, the baby's still, of course, cooking and you're more than welcome. The baby's still growing and getting the nourishments it needs to be able to live outside the body. But the hands, the heart, the lungs, everything is developing by 20 weeks. We got arms, we got legs, we got the beginning of our genitalia, and eyes and ears and nose and mouth. All those things are there. So I think that it weighs, if you are connected to any type of life and you know anything about how science and human formation works, it does make you sit back and think. Because you have a baby who has a heartbeat that you're essentially going to stop beating, and then um I don't even know if I want to say the word, dismember the baby. That's a lot to think about. And I really think that's what McKenna was doing. She was thinking about the very fact of what it takes to remove a baby at 20 weeks, 5 months from the uterus. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I think that's important that we remember that as adults, as humans, that we remember that. You said, what would you do if I give you the beach dog gift? Smokey, you're having a great day, I see. She's on Vertical as well. That's wild. Yeah, we're gonna have some things. Most Vertical will bring in people who like short form. So that's where that goes. Let's talk about this surrogacy journey. And her name is McKenna West, the actual surrogate mom. What we do know is she delivered a healthy little boy, I believe on either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. He is at Children's Medical Center in Dallas. He has not had surgery as far as I can remember, according to what I've read, because I've been following this actual journey. She was not allowed to touch, see, or hold the baby once she delivered the baby. She really was only used as a vessel to get the baby here. We have to be honest with that. Which is what a surrogate does. She did file to take the baby since the couple clearly did not want the baby. They wanted to take the baby's life, but the baby, as far as we know, the biological parents still have custody of the baby. But Ken Paxton stepped in and put in some form. Ken Paxton is the Attorney General in Texas. He stepped in and put some things in place so the baby will ensure that the baby will get the surgery that he needs to the first surgery and probably the second and third, because I think they said it'll be 3 surgeries. So let's read what the Associated Press posted about this, right? What to know about a surrogacy dispute between a California couple and their California couple, their surrogate, and Texas courts. Now, she made a smart move by coming to Texas to get the surgery because Children's Hospital is one of the best when it comes down to the surgery. They have 100% survival rate. But the next issue is Texas is tough when it comes down to law. They pretty much do what they want to do. And I'm saying that because I am a resident of the state of Texas. A newborn with a severe heart defect is at the center of a legal battle between a California couple and a surrogate. Remember, the surrogate lived in Alaska. She came to Texas to give the baby a fighting chance. Who flew from Alaska to Texas to give birth in a case that has drawn the attention of anti-abortion groups and GOP leaders. McKenna West, the surrogate, gave birth on Wednesday to a boy with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, a life-threatening heart condition. West, who is a nurse, said the couple had wanted to end the pregnancy at 20 weeks after consulting with doctors about the diagnosis. The case quickly garnered national attention after Republican Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton intervened, and a judge in Dallas ordered 2 hospitals to ensure that they provided life-sustaining care and that the baby remained in Texas until at least a hearing in late August. The Los Angeles-based couple, Omar Ahmed and Nasheen Gakar, said West violated the surrogacy contract, and they obtained a restraining order that prevented West from seeing or holding the child after he was born, according to an attorney for the surrogate. Ahmed and Gilcar were in Dallas, Texas, with the newborn as he received medical care. According to the couple's attorney, West and her supporters have called the child Gabriel, but in court filings, the couple have called the boy Rumi. Here's what to know about the case and surrogacy laws in the United States. California couple says surrogate broke their contract. West entered an agreement with the couple through Worldwide Surrogacy Specialist LLC in August of 2025. In court documents, the couple argues that West broke a surrogacy contract that a California court determined she has no rights to legal or physical custody of the child. But remember, they wanted the child gone after they found out the baby had a heart defect. Now, mind you, prior to this, they wanted the baby. But after they found out something was wrong with the baby, they changed their mind. West lawyers have alleged the couple spent weeks pressuring West to seek an abortion after learning of the diagnosis. With legal support from the conservative Christian organization Alliances Defending Freedom, West petitioned the Dallas court to give her custody over the child 2 days before she gave birth. According to court documents in Alaska, the couple claimed West agreed with the decision to end the pregnancy after the diagnosis, but then changed her mind and cut off contact. After heartbreaking consultations with medical professionals and their own research about the suffering and quality of life HLHS babies ensure AB and CD birth parents made the difficult decision to terminate the pregnancy. A filing from the parents' attorneys reads, "It is undisputed that West initially agreed and that she herself made the initial appointment." But if my memory serves me correctly, when she went to the initial appointment, they refused to do it because of how far along she was. They said they did not do 20-week abortions. It's a lot because you have to have certain equipment for this. This isn't just the suction they stick in there and comes out. No, this is, you have to open up and you got to do some work. And they probably did not have that equipment. Plus, the United States have revoked Roe versus Wade. Remember that. Other court documents show that the couple at one point chose to have West deliver in California and their child began lifelong treatment from there. West is harming Rumi by relocating to Texas, requiring him to be born in Texas, away from his parents and the specialized cardiac team in Los Angeles that will provide his lifelong care, the court filing states. Her actions are forcing Rumi to begin treatment, including critical heart surgery, in one state and be transferred to another. But they're only trying to see if that will happen, because that may not happen. Baby, you got Ken Paxton on the job. Ken Paxton may not let this baby out of this state. And if the state of Texas, because now if he was born in Texas, they consider him a resident of Texas. And Texas gonna decide whether or not he go back to California. They're not gonna let a child. We red. We red. Even though sometimes we look a little purple. At the end of the day, we red. And they not gonna let this baby go to blue until they ready for the baby to go. I really see Ken Paxton dragging this out, because guess what? We got an election year coming up. Pay attention. Anyway, Republican officials have rallied in support of the surrogates. Yes, Live Action and an anti-abortion group based in Arlington, Virginia, paid for West and her 2 children to fly to Texas, which bans abortions, to seek medical care, according to Noah Brandt, a spokesperson for the group. Days before West gave birth, Paxton said his office was intervening in the case to protect baby Gabriel's life. By notifying UT Southwestern Medical Center, which is one of our local hospitals that actually is a teaching hospital. A lot of students come here, so there's a lot of residents over at UT Southwestern. They are pretty good, though. They're pretty good. They're really, really good hospital. And Children's Medical Center of Dallas of legal obligation to provide life-saving care and accuse Gilcar and Ahmed of refusing to consent to life-saving surgery for the heart issue. The couple has denied those claims, and their attorney, Lee Butner, accused Paxton of turning a family tragedy into a political theater. The couple's worst fear, Ahmed wrote in court filings, was that West may try to keep our child from us after she gives birth to him. Child. Y'all wanted the baby gone. She was trying to tell you, hey, your baby can live. You don't have to, we don't have to put him away. He can live. He can live. But child, y'all said now she want the baby. You shouldn't, with somebody with the last name of Ahmed and Gilcar, you should let them have their own baby or figure it out with somebody else. But child, go ahead. Anyway, surrogacy isn't regulated on a federal level, right? So you pretty much going with the state and dealing with a piece of paper that you have as a contract. You don't really have a federal level to regulate surrogacy. And each state has its own laws, which can leave room for gaps in interpretation, experts say. Maya Shulman, a California attorney and professor who has worked on surrogacy cases for more than 15 years, says she rarely sees cases like this. She emphasized the importance of contracts in surrogacy agreements, adding that many have ironclad details about termination and thorough details about what's entailed. I see those contracts changing because I believe that termination may be something that you want to consider. But I think with the laws of the states of this United States changing in the recent years, those clauses have to be adapted to maneuver and work with those changes. Also, I think there should be a clause that after a certain age of the child and you just want him gone or her gone, that it shouldn't be a thing, right? I think that I can see contracts changing in the next few years or next few months. A surrogate is not a parent, Schumann said. And in this case, the baby's health had to be considered. And the surrogate mother did. Anyway, you need to think about the quality of life for this baby, Schulman said in a reference to the heart defect. In California, where she practiced, a court would likely honor the surrogate contract, Schumann said, recognizing the couple as parents with custody of the child. When I say this is a big mess, it's a big mess. Hypoplastic left heart syndrome is a condition where one side of the heart is underdeveloped and prevents normal blood flow. If untreated, the condition causes severe symptoms such as trouble breathing, skin rashes, weak pulses, ashen or bluish skin. The condition requires a set of 3 surgeries. The initial surgery, the Norwood procedure, is usually done within days or weeks of birth, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. About 925 babies in the U.S. are born with HLHS each year, according to the CDC. Without treatment, children affected by the heart defect can pass away within days or weeks. Surgery repairs are not necessarily cures, and additional surgeries or heart transplants may be needed, according to the CDC. Associated Press reporter Becky Bonnoir in Judea, Alaska, contributed to this report. Child, what y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? My computer is going in slow motion. I hope that you guys can hear me and see me. Oh, y'all did been over commenting. I've been over reading. Everybody's saying welcome, welcome. Good morning, Sergeant Charge. Good morning, Brown Girls Rocks. Good morning, Bootsy. It's a Bootsy in here. I miss Bootsy. You said she should have been able to keep the baby, especially if the couple did not want the baby. I totally agree. Why not? Well, I mean, what's the purpose if you did not want the baby, or if you wanted her just to come to California, but you told her to go abort the baby? That's what you said. Go in the pregnancy. You said you're pro-choice. I'm pro-choice too, but I believe that pro-choice goes both ways. I don't believe that my pro-choice of what I would do would be what you would do, right? That's what pro-choice is. She's carrying the baby. If she terminated a baby at 20 weeks, knowing that the baby is fully developed, she's the one that's going to have to deal with that. Let's see what a baby looks like at 20 weeks. Hold on a minute. Come on, computer. Let's look and see, since we want to run our mouths. Let me go back to this one. This one looks a little more looks a little more worth watching. Let's go. I'm pro-choice too, but my pro-choice may not be what you would do with your body, right? What I may do may not be what you do. So this is a 20-week pregnant baby, right? So this is the baby. Baby's pretty. You see the legs? You're already feeling movement. We got a head. We got ears. We got everything. Everything's not fully developed, but we got everything. This baby ain't just coming out with a suction. This is a procedure. And I'm going to tell you this, they don't put you to sleep when they give you a termination of pregnancy. Also, you got to find a doctor that's willing to do this once a baby gets to this point, right? So let's talk about it. Is a 20-week-old baby fully developed? Because I see that. At 20 weeks of pregnancy, a fetus is not fully developed. It is at the halfway point. Remember, I told you earlier, 40 weeks is when you give birth. The baby's about 6.5 inches long, weighs about 10 to 11 pounds, and cannot survive outside the womb at this time, right? So that's a lot to deal with. Everything is still working, but the arms, the most important parts of the baby are developed. Those arms, those legs, they're not where they gonna be at the end. But child, you can best believe they got some arms and some legs. And you're not asleep. I don't know about nobody else, but when I delivered my son, child, I felt his legs and his arms wiggling. It was the weirdest feeling. Oh, I still get quivers thinking about that. Yes, welcome, Lucky Lyra. I appreciate you coming. You say yes, that baby at 20 weeks, they could have put the surrogate's life at risk. Definitely. But you know, the thing is too, is that the surrogate takes a risk, because every time you give birth to a child, you are putting your life at risk, believe it or not. But the surrogate was already putting her life at risk for them to have a child. Then you want to traumatize this woman, because believe it or not, I believe that having an AB at 20 weeks would be traumatizing. That's just my personal opinion. I believe it would be traumatizing, not only to her, but to everybody in the room. I will tell you this, that when a person goes to have an AB, they have to give them a moment to sit with a counselor. So there's a lot that goes along mentally with doing this, right? They sit you with a counselor and you talk to a counselor. It's not like you just go in and like, boom, 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 it's over, going with your life. That's not it. There could be mental things that happen for the remainder of this person's life. So you're actually inflicting your wants, needs, feelings on someone else. So pro-choice is me, my body, my choice. Not her body, her choice, right? That's not what pro-choice is. I'm pro-choice, but I believe she has a choice to do what she wants to do with her body. Although the baby may be mine. She may be carrying my baby, but it's in her body. At the end of the day, I can't tell her who's, I believe in some of them contracts, they tell them they don't want the women having intercourse with men or while they're pregnant with their babies. I've seen that been said in several different things. But at the end of the day, it's still her body, still her mind that would have to deal with the ending or the termination of a pregnancy. And also, think of it also in this direction. This lady's putting her life at risk for you. So you couldn't say, okay, and I think, again, I can see in as years come into fruition or it's come closer, I can see people taking those clauses out of the actual documents for surrogacy when it comes down to terminating pregnancies. Anywho, y'all, we're gonna move right along because like I told you, I can't be down there all day. We done already spent a long time. That story, y'all, if y'all remember this story back in 2023, this story is old, but y'all, we got to talk about this. Back in 2023, a Louisiana pastor is accused of shooting his wife, and then he shoots himself. He gets released from the hospital, and he has to go to court, blah, 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 blah. Y'all, we got to read this story. Macomb, Mississippi. A Louisiana pastor is facing multiple charges after he allegedly shot his wife and then himself in Macomb. Macomb Police Chief Juan Cloy said 25-year-old Danny Purnell Jr. was released from the hospital this weekend. He was charged with aggravated domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and disturbance of a business. Purnell is being held in Pike County Jail. Investigators said the shooting happened around 3 p.m. on Wednesday, June 21st, at the Hampton Inn in Macomb. Police said Purnell shot his wife, 27-year-old Gabrielle Purnell, twice before shooting himself once. They are both from Alexandria, Louisiana. Gabrielle Purnell was airlifted from Southwest Mississippi Regional Medical Center in Macomb to the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson. Authorities said she was shot in the abdomen and the arm. Cloy said she was in stable condition on Monday, June the 26th. Remember, this was 2023. Remember this, remember that, remember. Child, when I show y'all this, child, these people done got remarried. Child, they got freaking married. Do you hear me? Gabrielle posted on July the 7th. Well, I can say so much, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm beyond happy and grateful to continue this journey as Mrs. to my Mr. We've been through a lot together, and every challenge has made us stronger through it all. God has continued to cover us, guide us, and bless our marriage. May this love never find me. Do you hear me? This kind of love, may it never, ever, 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 ever find me. Everyone may not understand our story, and that's okay. We know what we've overcome, and we're thankful for this new chapter together. Here's to love, growth, grace, and forever. God has been too good to us. God been so good, he let this man win your girl. I've been rambling around over there on the Facebook because, child, I wanted to see what in the world drove her to think that this man is the luckiest thing she's ever obtained in her life. Give me a minute, y'all. I don't know what. Told you my computer is acting up today. We're going to stop acting up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stop acting up. Let me put that in here, child. So, child, people, everybody talking about it. What all you gotta do is type in her name, and it just begins to show different things. So this person right here, Tiffany Kim, said, "Made this type of love never find me, baby." I know that's right. Big boy, big boy, big boy. You had the nerve enough to shoot. What drove you to do this to? Now he done lost weight now. Got on his Gucci pants, his Uchi pants. Child, after everything, they're still together. She called it a new chapter, and he's still in the pulpit. Who going to the church? Who over here listening to this man preach? Huh? Because I want to know. I want to know. Child, no, sir. No way. No read. None of the things that y'all talking about. I don't want none of that. None of it. Keep him. Keep her. Let me tell you something. If this is our future, we are doomed. America's doomed. I'm sorry. If this is our future, we're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. I don't get it. Do you remember the story too? Girl, what is crazy? It's no way I would have gone back to that man. No way. Ain't no way. He said, no for me too, living for me. Right, ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't no way, ain't none whatsoever. Let's see what else we got. We're not, like I said, we're not gonna be down here long. Give me a second. Let's see what else I saw out here. We're gonna talk about Peter Thomas too, because I talked about him. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I talked about Peter Thomas and his audacity, as well as Funky the Needle and his audacity, honey. The fact that he feel like he could feel sorry for pedophiles, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. So the Kennedy Center, they had a vote this week, and they decided they was going to add y'all president's name back up there. Child to the Associated Press for this one. They decided they were going to add y'all president's name back onto the building, honey. Kennedy board votes to partially close the Art Center during renovations and add Trump's name to the building again. The board voted to change the name of the building to John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump. Y'all, I tell you, this a mess. The Trump-appointed Kennedy Center board voted Thursday to partially close the iconic Arts Center for up to 2 years. He'll be out of office by then. So maybe by then we could get us another board to knock just go up there, just knock the name down. I'm not for, violence or anything like that, but remove the name. We get us a new board, whoever we get in office. Remember that we need to remove this name as soon as you get in there. Before they can put the name up, we need the name down. During the renovations and to re-add President Donald Trump's name to the buildings for according to a person who attended the virtual board meeting and a second person familiar with the meeting. Now, last I checked, they said it was going to have to go through Congress. But this board keep trying. They keep pressing their luck. Press your luck. And remember that game? They keep pressing their luck. The decision would close the Kennedy Center's main building and keep a smaller addition known as the Reach open for some events to respond to a May court order requiring the board to maintain the center as a memorial to President John F. Kennedy. After an almost 2-hour Zoom meeting, the board voted 20-3 to change the name of the building to the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump, and the physical location to President Donald J. Trump Plaza. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick proposed the name change. Trump, who appointed himself chairman of the board last year, joined the call for several minutes, according to the source who attended the meeting. The 3 people voting against it are the ex-office official members from Congress, Representative Joyce Beatty, Democrat for Ohio, Senator Shelton Whitehouse, Democratic for Rhode Island, and Representative Rick Larsen, Democratic for Washington. The latest development is a transparent effort to circumvent the court's ruling and flies in the face of the statuses that Congress passes. The statutes that Congress passes. Beatty, who was one of the plaintiffs in a lawsuit challenging the Kennedy Center's renaming, said in a statement, "I will continue to fight for this treasured national monument." Child, it's a mess. It's a mess. Y'all president's still out here doing this thing. He's still out here showing y'all that he the president and y'all the peons. He is. He gonna continue to show y'all too, because he ain't playing with y'all. Y'all the one playing. He not playing. He not playing at all. Let's see what else we got over here. We've already talked about that one. Okay. You said knock it down for free. Thank you. I know that's right. Lynn said, my Cardi voice, what is the reason? What is the reason? It's just crazy. Honestly, I'm not sure why Trump wants his name on that building. Me either. What do you want? What is your proximity to want to be JF Kennedy? Because you're not even close to JF Kennedy. I'll knock it down for free, girl. Me too. I'll go with you. I can take our own ladders and things. Because I think I got 4-5 hammers, sludge hammers, axe. We can get some equipment, honey. Yes, ma'am. You say, someone got to do it. Child. A mess. Just a mess. Anyway, Let's see, my next story, if y'all haven't heard, Malcolm Jamal Warner's mother, who is the executor of his estates and the executor of his trust, makes a decision, and she decides that she would settle with the mother, and she's going to take care of the grandbaby. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair, but I also think that Malcolm Jamal has a 9-year-old child, but was married to the mom for 3 years. Are we sure that Malcolm really wanted to be married? Or was I got so many questions. Anyway, Malcolm Jamal Warner's mother makes massive move in bitter estate battle. This was released on Friday from Yahoo Entertainment. In the aftermath of Malcolm Jamal Warner's unaliving, legal disputes over inheritance and distribution of wealth have taken center stage. In the latest development, Malcolm's mother, Pamela Warner, has reportedly worked out a settlement that may impact the future of his daughter. Pamela Warner says she settled over Malcolm Jamal Warner's daughter's inheritance, pending court's approval. According to TMZ, Pamela has reached a settlement with the actor's daughter's representative. The dispute concerns the Warner family trust and estate, including Pamela's interest as successor, trustee, and beneficiary. Child. The thing is, you have to know what an estate trust is, right? You have to know what a trust is and what's involved in the trust. Now, the wife has already claimed, she sold the home in Los Angeles, but I'm almost positive that the home was a part of the trust. That's why she sold it, because it was a part of the trust. Anyway, the matter gained attention after the actor's widow, Tanisha Warner, filed a lawsuit alleging that their daughter had been improperly excluded from portions of the actor's estate. Pamela, however, has responded, saying that allegations of her granddaughter being excluded are false. She said in a statement, recent claims that Pamela sought to prevent her granddaughter from receiving financial support are untrue. She added that her son was thoughtful and deliberate in his estate planning to include all of his loved ones. Pamela revealed that the actor's trust was divided among herself, Malcolm's father, and his sisters. Now we know his father's gone, so I'm sure that portion goes back to the estate and it gets divided equally among everybody else. So she clarified the financial arrangement, noting that Tanisha and her granddaughter have been provided for by sources outside the trust. According to her, the duo has received millions in financial protection. She said Pamela has since reached a settlement with the granddaughter's representatives, which is subject to court's approval. The agreement provides for Malcolm's daughter to receive the majority remainder of the trust and estate. Pamela also hopes that a resolution will help her maintain a healthy relationship between her and her granddaughter. Reportedly, the settlement also covers future expenses for the actor's daughter. Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away in July of 2026 at the age of 54 after a drowning accident while on vacation in Costa Rica. He was best known for playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Tell me what you think about this. Do you think that the mother Pamela adding the granddaughter to the estate is fair? I also totally believe that the wife has received something. And I believe the mother when she said that the wife was trying to be greedy. Because the estate, the trust was set up long before the wife got involved. Remember, they only been married 3 years. Theo Huxtable was 54 when he died. Trust had been set up for years before she became involved. There's a reason why she wasn't in it. All in Unity said, I feel it's sad that the mom does not want to give her any money. She should give the wife something. Malcolm did not have his affairs in order. This is a valuable lesson for marital folks. But all in unity, I believe she did have some. I believe he had some things in the wife's name, right? That the wife got. But the wife, feeling like she's next of kin, feels like she should receive the trust. You can't get everything. You can only get the things that are will to you. I think it's fair for her to add the granddaughter, but the wife should get something. But I believe the wife has had something, has gotten something. And I don't think 3 years is not in any state, any country, enough for you to break into a trust that doesn't have your name on it. Trusts are pretty ironclad and solid. And the thing is, they had a 9-year-old child. They married for 3 years. There's a reason she wasn't included in the trust. And I believe Pamela when she says that he was very intentional with the way he set up the trust. Let me tell you something. I have a grandson who is 12 years old. And I have a insurance policy on his father, right? My son. My son is in his 30s. My grandson is 12. When my grandson was born, I knew as a grandmother, I wanted to provide something for my grandson. Something. He's not my only grandson. I have a granddaughter and I have a baby grandson. But my son, boys, are a little different. They don't think like mothers do. So I added my grandson on that insurance policy as a rider for my son. I also set him up a little savings account. He's so unaware of it. He's always telling me, I really wish I could go to the bank and open up a savings account. I'm always thinking, I have you a little something tucked back for when you get of age. I did intentionally. So I also believe that if Malcolm Jamal Warner did a prenup, according to this wife, there's this prenup that he was supposed to be getting an insurance policy. And she didn't make him, hey, we need to go get this insurance policy. We need to make sure we get this life insurance policy in my name. Or did he have a life insurance policy? It just wasn't that $2 million life insurance policy that she wanted. There's a lot that we don't know because we're all on the outside looking in. But I also believe that if he was smart enough to set up a trust, that he probably had something set up for the wife and the child. May not be what she wanted, though. And she may want to know what's involved in the trust, period. In most states, the mom wouldn't have had a day. But because it was never updated to have the wife on there, she should have at least give the wife something. But we're still speculating that the wife didn't get anything. Yeah. We're speculating. We just saw in that statement, and Pamela said over and over that the wife had provisions made for her. She didn't go into detail, but she said over and over, you said, that's okay, I understand. She said over and over that the wife has had provisions made for her. And you also heard her say she would add the daughter to the trust, but not the wife. She didn't say nothing about the wife. Not one thing. I guarantee you, there's a reason why Malcolm waited to marry this woman 3 years before he died. Because between 9 and 3, there's a 6-year difference. What was you doing for the other 6 years? Yeah, I truly believe that the I'm really on the mama side. I'm sorry. I am. This week, the city of Fort Worth decided to make a settlement with Atiana Jefferson's family. If you remember her, she was unalived in her home by a police officer looking through her window. He decided that he would go around her house. She heard some around the house creeping. Her and her nephew were in the living room playing a game. And the neighbor had called the police because her front door was open. But I forgot the reason why the door was open. Were they hot? I forgot the reason why the door was open. But the police had called. The neighbor had called the police because the front door was open. The police come over. They're yelling and screaming, but she does not hear them. She hears someone creeping around the house. She goes and gets her power that people keep power in their home. She went and got her power. Police looks through the window, sees her with her power, and they shoot and unalive Atiana. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Atiana Jefferson. After she passed away, I actually went by the house and took flowers. I think several of my friends, we went and did it. Took flowers by the home because she attended one of the churches that we actually knew. Such a sad story. The city of Fort Worth has proposed an $11.25 million settlement with the family of Atiana Jefferson, nearly 7 years after she was fatally shot by a Fort Worth police officer inside her home. The proposed agreement would resolve civil claims related to Jefferson's death. The Fort Worth City Council is scheduled to consider the settlement August the 25th. Excuse me. If approved by the council, it would still require approval by a probate court before it becomes final. Under the agreement, Jefferson's two nephews, who are minors, will receive a larger share of the settlement with their money placed in trust until they turn 18 years old. The remainder will be divided among Jefferson's surviving family members. Jefferson was unalived by Aaron Dean on October 12th of 2019 when the former Fort Worth police officer fired through a window of her home during a welfare check. Dean was later convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 11 years, 10 months, and 12 days in prison. While no settlement can undo the devastating impact of this tragedy, we hope this agreement offers a meaningful measure of closure and allows everyone to move forward, Mayor Maddie Parker wrote in a statement. The proposed settlement follows a separate $3.5 million settlement approved by the city in 2023 for Jefferson's nephew, Zion Carr, who witnessed the shooting. The new agreement involves a case filed on behalf of Jefferson's estate. The proposal comes after council voted to reapprove increased legal fees in Aaron Dean's federal civil lawsuit filed after the 2019 shooting. In a statement, Jefferson's sister, Ashley Carr, emphasized that while the proposed settlement represents some form of accountability for the family, the financial agreement does not erase her family's loss. Neither a conviction nor a financial settlement can restore what was taken from our family, she said. Nothing can bring Atiana home. Such a sad story. Such a sad story. Praying for that family. Continuous prayers for the nephew. Oh, really, really, really sad. Really, really sad. I got a couple of more things. You said it's more to the story. Yeah, everything happens for a reason. You said it's more to the story. Yeah, definitely more to the story. What is this? In case y'all hadn't heard, but in the state of Virginia, I can see if this thing is going to pull up. I don't know why today everything's going like it wants to go act up. But we're going to see if we can get this to pull up real quick. In Virginia, there is a college on lockdown right now. It happened a few hours ago. I saw it just as I was getting ready to go online. I was like, let's talk about that. But as you see, my screen is not wanting to cooperate. Why is that? Exit page. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on. Here we go. See if you guys can see it. The police are seeking suspects at the Virginia State University as police investigate multiple suspects. 5 people shot at the Virginia State University as police investigate multiple suspects. I don't know why I read that like that. A shooting involving multiple suspects and 5 people shot at Virginia State University prompted a campus lockdown and police investigation early Saturday morning. It happened near the university's quad annexes, where campus police and Chesterfield County officers discovered 5 people suffering from gunshot wounds outside campus dormitories. Officers responded just before 1:30 a.m. The lockdown was lifted at 9 a.m., County Police said. The 5 transported to hospitals and one initially listed as having life-threatening injuries has been upgraded to critical condition. County Police said the others sustained non-life-threatening injuries, police said. The university said in a statement that the shooting involves multiple suspects. The statement asked people to avoid the immediate area on Saturday morning. A significant law enforcement presence remained on campus as the investigation into the morning's shootings continue. The university said after the lockdown was lifted. Y'all be careful out there in Virginia. I don't know what y'all got going on, but y'all need to stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Anywho, y'all. Now I told y'all we was gonna talk about this. We was gonna talk about what Peter Thomas had to say after everybody done went over there on the internet, done chewed him up and spit him out. Yes, he went down there to Michelle A.T. Brown's page, and he had a little conversation with her. And we're gonna talk about it this morning because I talked about it. You said these things happen on these campuses, need to get under control. I totally agree, Living for Me. They need to really be careful. Y'all on these school campuses, y'all stay vigilant. I know a lot of kids that went off to college this year. Y'all stay vigilant. Be careful out there. Please be careful. Please. I'm begging you, please be careful. Please be careful and come back home to your parents. Please. Anywho, let's talk about old Peter. And this is the last thing we're going to talk about for the day. We're going to go on about our business. Let me put my screen up, child, because we don't want no problems. So Peter Thomas said that he asked Cynthia to buy his townhouse under her company name, and so that he would have a house to come to when he got back. And baby, internet fashion, we ate him up. Well, he back out here doubling down, y'all. He came back to double down. Let me see if I can speed this up a little bit, because I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. Let me see. I guess we could do it in Spanish, but I don't see where I can speed it up. But let's go. We'll just listen to it this way.
If I'm asking you to do me a favor and I leave millions of dollars in your pocket and I didn't take shit from you, I'm expecting you to do me that favor.
The nuts, baby, it's nuts hang low. Do you hear me? If I leave millions of dollars in your pocket, I expect you to do me that favor. If I was Cynthia, I would never talk to this bastard again.
So if I'm going away on some shit,
she didn't do nothing to you to make you go away. You going away because of something you did. No one goes to prison for skipping Sunday school, sir.
Okay, that happened in Charlotte with me. And I have a townhouse where she came to, where she did that podcast for me. Okay. And I said, yo, I need you to buy this home for me.
Shout out to Michelle A.T. Brown for this interview. She ain't saying a word, honey. I wonder what's going through her mind. She's not saying nothing. She's looking. But I wonder what's going through her mind. Because would you do that for a man, Michelle? I don't care who he is, ex-husband. Peter done had 20 women since Cynthia. Peter got all these homeboys. He been here, he been there. Nobody else could do nothing for Peter but Cynthia. Then you want to throw up the fact that you left $1 million on the table because you didn't ask for 50% when y'all divorced. Peter full of SHIT. Full of it.
Okay, I have $350,000 in equity in this house.
That's your problem. Your $350,000 worth of equity is your problem. You should have figured out how you could. Maybe you should have took a loan and took that loan and put it in the bank, and then use that money to pay the loan and your mortgage every month until you got out. You knew you had 2 years to go to prison. Child, let's move right along. But you couldn't get no loan, can you? My bad.
It's under a company name, but I needed to buy it because when I come out, I like to come back to it, and I'll purchase it back from you.
She can't guarantee you purchase anything. How much money you got in your pocket today that don't belong to somebody else?
If anything happened to me, you can sell it. You can lease it out. You can rent it. You can do whatever. It's an investment property. Okay? And the only reason why I went to her and asked her that, because I know she could afford to do that.
How you know she can afford to do that? How you know what's in her pockets? You and Cynthia have been divorced for at least 10 years or close to it. How do you know what her bank account looks like? Oh my God. The audacity of the nerves. But see, young ladies, this is what y'all got to deal with out here in this world. When it come down to men, the audacity, he believes what belongs to his ex-wife, he has access to, and it's her fault that he lost his shit because she didn't give him her money to pay for his shit. Yeah.
Why? Because I didn't take 50% of the Bravo money. That's millions of dollars. That's $3-4 million I left on the table.
It wasn't your money. You ain't worked at Bravo. Well, you did work over there, but you should have been talking to them about your contract, not Cynthia's.
I gave it to her. Okay, so as a friend, I'm asking her to do that. As a friend, she said, yeah, I could do it, blah, blah, blah. As a friend, I was hoping her to do that.
And as a friend, she changed her mindset. She felt like she was being pressured and bullied, and you need to get somebody else to do it because she didn't want to do it.
Not as a favor for me, as an investment property.
It was a favor for you. That's why you crying and whining now. Because it would have been a favor for you. So that way, when you got out, you would have somewhere to go. You said this yourself. You talking about both sides of your mouth, your butt, and your throat.
With equity, $350,000 in equity in it. So if anything happened, go ahead and sell it. That's what I tell her. Go ahead and sell it. You're going to come up $350,000. But if I come home and it's still there, give me the opportunity.
If I come home and it's still there, I'm moving back to my house. Because you're going to stronghold her, ain't you? You're going to choke her out to get what you want. Boy, you was an ignorant something. I thought you was just, okay, Peter's cool. Peter crazy. Peter don't think like the average Joe either.
To purchase it back from you. Didn't ask her to buy me a house. It was already my house. I was already living in it. Okay?
It was already your house, already living in it, and you should have decided something very, very meticulous that didn't include anyone else to protect your house. You the one didn't protect your house. That ain't got nothing to do with Cynthia.
So when she reneged on that, okay, because y'all don't know the story, that's why y'all have your fucking opinion about,
oh, we gonna have an opinion because you came out here and read your mouth and told us. We gonna have an opinion. We don't care what you talking about.
Oh, she ain't gonna buy in our house for him. Please know the fucking story before y'all try to crucify us, because we never get to.
Who's us? We only crucifying you. Nobody else is getting crucified but you. Don't add no extra syllables and pluralizations to anything. We're talking about you, Peter.
Talk our side. Why did I expect her to do that for me? Because all the shit that I did for her.
Ooh, I wish y'all could see my face right now. Oh my God. And even Michelle's face. She done looked a whole different direction. You don't do something for nobody if they got to return a favor. I tell people that all the time. Don't ever do nothing for me if next week you got to remind me that you did it. Please don't. Please don't. Just let me whatever I'm lacking, let me lack it. Because if you can't give it to me from your heart, you got to remind me next week. Child, keep it to yourself. I don't want it. I don't want none of it. Aliunti said, I missed Peter's interview. I have to watch it. You should watch it. It's interesting. Good old Peter. Sound like a user to me. Me too, girl. I still can't understand why Cynthia married that man. He was slinging that pole on her. And he got a grown daughter. He does. I wonder why he didn't. Maybe she didn't have the capital. She didn't have the capital. What did Phaedra say this week's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta? She said, you got the money. Portia got the pussy for the money. Baby, that's it. Maybe she don't have a capital for the money. That's the problem. He said, how he come out of jail with Miss? That's what I want to know. Man, because he ain't got his house. But here's the thing. He was already behind on his mortgage. Now, I read somebody said that his bank accounts had been seized. They don't have nothing to do with Cynthia either. She didn't seize them. And now that everything that he did, he went down to the court and told them that he made a mistake. Now, how did it become Cynthia's fault that your stuff got seized and that your house got taken? Ain't none of that Cynthia's fault, child. Go away from us with this, Peter. Exactly, Brown Girls Rocks. Why is Cynthia's mom? This is why Cynthia's mom and sister hid that marriage certificate. They knew he was going to be a thorn in her, and still is, and they've been divorced for a long time. Go away from us with this, Peter. Yes. Let me finish it up, y'all. It's almost done, I believe.
Okay. And that's what we do for each other if you care for each other.
Maybe she don't care for you. I mean, think about it. If that's what you do when you care for each other, I wonder how much money Cynthia done came to you and borrowed. How many times has Cynthia told you to do something for her that costs $350,000 or however much that townhouse costs? How many times has she done that? Child, get out of here.
Now, if she moved on and she got a new man and she can't do it, all you gotta do is call me up and tell me.
She done got to do Jack Dillon Squad. Why she got to call you up and tell you anything, Peter Weeder, pumpkin eater? Stop it. Stop it.
Don't wait for the last minute, okay, to make my shit get fucked up. Just call and tell me.
He didn't make nothing. You messed your own stuff up. I don't know when you gonna come to that realization. You losing your townhouse was all Peter's fault. You going to prison was all Peter's fault. Cynthia had nothing to do with it.
I just asked my banker to follow up on Cynthia because I have to get it done by this time, okay? And then like nothing, and then boom, it happened. Of course, I'm gonna be angry about that. Why would I not be angry about it?
But you angry at the wrong person. Your anger is misplaced. Put that anger back inside of yourself. And when you go home, stand in front of the mirror and just yell at yourself. Because you are angry at the wrong person, Peter.
Okay. So if there's a period of my life where, okay, I feel like somebody that I bust my ass for 8 years to make sure that they're big and strong and do well, and I ask for one favor.
I guess Cynthia owes him her entire life. I thought Cynthia at one point was with Leon and she was with a couple of other dudes. But this man say he done been there for her whole life. He was doing all kinds of favors for her whole life. Cynthia, you owe this man your life, girl. You better get you a cross to go lay on it for him.
And they didn't do the favor? Okay, of course I'm going to feel some kind of way about it. Because I would have never done that.
That's all you got to do. That's all you can do is feel some type of way. You see what Cynthia made a statement. She made a strong statement. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I ain't going to do it. You ain't going to make me do it. I don't care how much you get out here and cry and tell the whole world. It ain't going to get done by Cynthia.
If I'm asking you to do me a favor.
Child, that's it. That's all, honey. Peter Pumpkin Eater, honey. Just blaming Cynthia for everything that went wrong in his life. Brown Girls Rock said he sounds delusional, very much so. So he blames Cynthia. He lost his townhouse. He definitely blames Cynthia. You guys, I want to thank you all for coming down here and listening to me run my mouth this Saturday morning. Y'all, we're gonna keep our eye on the Tupac Shakur trial, which I don't think nothing's gonna come of it, but we're gonna see. So we're gonna keep our eye on that and see what's gonna happen. Tupac has been gone for 20 years. 20 years next month. 20 years. Can you believe that? No, 30 years next month. I'm sorry. I say 20, 30 years next month. And no one has been captured for taking his life. Very, very sad. Anyway, if no one told you today that they love you, I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. I got to get up out of here and go get ready so I can go celebrate my baby's 2nd birthday. I will see you guys in the next video. Tomorrow, we're going to be watching that Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion episode a reunion, season 17 reunion part 2 tomorrow. I don't know if we'll do it live, but we definitely going to talk about it. We're going to, maybe get out here tomorrow evening and just kind of, give Kelly the blues, because that's who I want to give Kelly the blues. She deserves the blues, and I'm going to give her the blues. But, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. I will tell him all of Unity. I will tell him happy birthday from you. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the Queendom. Until next time, keep nurturing, keep cultivating, and keep awakening the queen within. God bless you. We'll see you next time.